what happened here? Snoop Dogg sparked controversy after admitting he was uncomfortable when his grandson asked questions about same sex couples in a Pixar movie. Critics accused him of being homophobic, but his reaction shows something bigger. Even cultural icons on the left are feeling fatigue. That's what I believe. That's why I put that down here.
And men are much more feminine. And I don't like that.
See, that goes back to the presentation I spoke to you earlier. What you see is what you see. They putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz. The Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
Yeah, with Kiki Palmer is in that movie.
Okay.
She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, I didn't come in for this. Just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with.
There's a lot of fatigue. It's hidden. They would love to say it, but they don't because of all this decades of being together and having their backing, money, businesses with money, just the whole social justice movement that the businesses, movie people, individuals, movie stars, entertainers, they don't want to look bad by telling the truth. And the truth is they're tired of it. They're tired of all this stuff being pushed on them. And, some of the things that they've angered other communities, wanting to be pretty much when the black people, have their issues with slavery and the past, and they bring that up and stuff like that. And, here comes this group that want to jump in there and say, hey, man, we're part of that too, because we were, oppressed and all that kind of stuff. And I think it rubbed the wrong way. I think they kind of like, hey, man, this is our thing. Like, go get your own. Like, go make your own. But anyways, this isn't about equal rights anymore. Society has gone beyond live and let live into indoctrination and the evolution of ideology. Parents, entertainers, and everyday people are realizing the agenda is being forced into children. Snoop's stumble reflects a crack in the cultural narrative fatigue, even among those who once embraced tolerance. This is a fact, man. We have so many issues in this country, and I believe a large portion of those issues comes from this community because not the individual. Understand something. When I talk this way, like I said, I'm a Christian. I don't hate anybody. Everybody struggles. Everybody struggles with something, I mean, I'm sure there's a select few that, I know there's plenty of people better than me. You know what I mean? They wouldn't admit to it, but I'll say it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that most people struggle with something. And that's a ongoing battle, a spiritual battle between that person and the forces that be. And I applaud people, especially if you're a Christian and you're trying to do the right things. I'm not, like I said, if you're a true Christian, you read your Bible, there is no, like, I'm talking shit to you. I'm going to talk down to you. Oh, look at you. You failed again. Drink beer again. Or, you smoke some stuff that you shouldn't be doing or whatever it is. I don't really care what it is. That's not how I talk to you. If you're a Christian and you're battling, I understand the war that you're in. So we're not always going to succeed in what we want to do. Even when we're trying to stay as close to God as possible. It's difficult. God knows that. Jesus knows that. It's written through all the Bible, all the stories. Everything tries to teach you that. It's why Israel got punished so many times. It's difficult to live a great life, like a really good life. It can be very difficult. What I'm saying is, like, most of the time, I try to be a good Christian, and I think for the most part I succeed, but I have my moments where I'm not. I have moments where I'm not happy with people. One of the biggest things I tell my wife is that when you read the Bible and your eyes open and you get that wisdom, you're still a human. So when you gain God's wisdom, the human side of you sometimes gets very fatigued with people. You kind of look at everybody and say, what the hell's wrong with you people? And that's not a good thing, right? Because now you're being like you're a goody two shoe. You're being arrogant, like you're better than everybody else. And that's a sin, right? But that's what happens because you got God's wisdom. So you see how things are supposed to be, and you're over here trying to do the right thing. And you see all these other people doing the wrong thing. and have total disregard for the Bible, Christianity, and for basic rules, basic humanity, and it makes you upset. And you're like, oh man, what the hell is wrong with you people? And then by that, you start to sin because that is your human side. The human side with God wisdom. This is why I I like Solomon's book so much, Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, because that's the reflection of a lot of us. Like he's a human with God's wisdom, and so he struggles. He struggles in all his life, and it really is a reflection on I believe most Christian, right? But the counter to that is Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is also a human, right? But he's also God. And the difference between Jesus and Solomon is you got the perfect human being versus somebody that has God's wisdom but is a human and he has to deal with the issues that humans do. And it's just awesome. It's a great I don't know how you put it, but counterbalance of how things are, and one of the reasons why I love the Bible and why I know it's true, because there's no other book that has that kind of wisdom and is based in reality, because that is reality. Welcome to the Informator.net.